Hey, it's Coca-Cola Joe and Karen Pepsi Center Perlita again. Their obsession just we can never get away from. But hey, Tom Sosa, Jim Riley, Joe Zillig, Harry Race, Bernard LaChance, DJ Dave, Perlita Quinlan, Elton Anderson, Don Wiley, Jim Hall, Bill Duvall, 1961 Oyster Cracker Man, Bitty Bethel, Blue Boy Boxes, GPS Pestle, Robo, Rapist Night, Red Randy, Red Gordon, and Ellery. Team El Cortez and Hillbilly Squats, Karen Faust, Country Western, Carnies, and Perlita Ghetto Life there, huh? Let's see, since you guys want to make it surround Sasha Himes and DJ Sasha so much, if you want to believe in this, believe that the group of you will get the car. Oyster Cracker Man and Red Randy of Football Rapist Sports, Team Hillbilly Racist Ticks, believe that you will get caught. And then see, Perlita and Dave, they can prove, like America's Most Wanted can round you all up from like East Coast to West Coast about Red Randy's falsified criminal record about me and other people, and he professes that he's one of the knights and shit. And he comes to run into a 1961 Oyster until a cracker fag. See Judy Shepard and Perlita. It'll make it easy if we're going to do the tip line of Crybaby and Indian Fader and all that shit with Joe. As Bernard de la Carney and shit tried to get away with it, and the frame job goes in. But see, America's Most Wanted, and the tech companies and NASA and CIA, FBI, NSA, and let's see, the states that you guys jacked up with your supposed almighty justice of Hillbilly Hick. America's Most Wanted and the tech companies and the military branches, can round you all up. And then America's Most Wanted can prove that you're just a fat little girl, Perlita, who's jealous with Judy Shepard and gay, who causes problems with Red Randy. And they all think that they're superheroes and the Knights, but then they can prove that the Knights were the ones that actually, in the comic book boy there, were the ones that jacked up everything. So they can round you all up and, get a hold of NASA and Lockheed and whatever and put drones up in the air and to monitor you all as you all profess to be handing out some great mighty justice. But instead, they can prove about the group of you how big of a pain in the asses you all are, how big of liars and scam artists and thieves, Red Randy. So if you're going to taunt, and that's in recognition to basically that you're broadcasting your shit into people's brains, we can prove that Red Randy and them and the almighty their supposed American Antilofag, the 61 amphibious spaceman and the Robo Knight, are all in on it. So see, it'd have to be that GPS Pestle, Robo Rapist Knight, that you're a rapist, huh? And so there's Red Randy, since he likes to follow your shit orders. You too, Perlita of the Indian Fate and Bernard, they're just, you guys want an answer to your question, there's an easy way. John Walsh and them can prove what you people do. And then he can connect what you guys do to me, the torture boxes and the face poking to, the kidnapping of his kid and other kids kidnapped in Florida and Texas and here. And they can finally pretty much prove who's running the shit game. Red Randy, Red Gordon, and Ellery's. The fag boy, little Ellery, who's a little rapist, who's called. Yeah, you guys want to be smart asses. Because I told you guys they already made a server for you guys. So here's the best check, And then they can actually prove the ones who actually came in and created problems and screwed up everybody's stuff, like you, Joe Zillig, trying to be a smart ass and, picking Street Jamaica Street. And like I said, they can permanently stamp it and then fly drones and planes over you guys, downloading and recording everything and prove Red Randy is hack and the LGBT club and fat little pissed off little Perlita and Karen Faust, Coca-Cola Joe connected to that, and Pepsi Center Perlita and her Pepsi trucks and the Pepsi and the P's as Perlita keeps asserting something belongs to her, never did. And then her fight against the Russians or the Jews or music or the 80s. She got no life. John Walsh too is on the case. Juice Colonel Mel Pope, Colin Powell, they just round all the trouble up. And then they can use my channel as like one big tip line. And your Indian fading crap there, Robo Knight, and your terrorist attack, and they just get it all answered. And then John Walsh and all them can solve it about which families the group of you steal from, and then lie about the football, the baseball, the wrestling diaries, because it just gets old and you guys keep doing the same thing, Freemans. Red Randy and all you guys, all Americans. And then they can just prove that the all-American factilla has always been the center point of the problem with the robo-rapist Knight and Harry J. Race, and because it just gets old. And Karen Faust wanting to be a country and western lawgiver or something like that, a hypocrite, and country and western little Perlita and her ghetto life, and why nothing worked in her nasty stink. You're the one that made it stink, Perlita, with your Indian tribe. Like I said, it's just easier to get it all rounded up and see how much you guys have lied and swapped shit around. See, Randy, I already showed you some of that stuff. The people showed you that, but he all thinks it's his original idea as he came through and wrecked this city and others. It's so we now know the people from Overland that might have stuck Brian Faust, or like I said, the corner neighbor, or people on Jamaica Street. You're a rapist there, Harry, and your little team there, Joe, and whoever else is on that street. So we got it all set up there. And Korea's attack on the Germans and the Jews, and she swaps her down. Brian knows that's all she does is the bit. Hey, y'all, Perlita. You guys really haven't left Rosecrans. Looking at the McDonald's sign is where you guys ran over a guy or killed him. And then, Elton and Harry and Stan fighting over that area there. Dave running up the street. You guys really haven't left that area so we can get it nice and contained, in the military, and then can just sit there and put on that babysitter on autopilot as you all fight forever in America's Most Wanted, the FBI, CIA, as Red Randy does his taunt at me. Hey, good there. So they let you be a knight, Red Randy, but you're a fucking moron and a loser. And then you can fight for your fat people and her bitted and Ellery screaming and fighting. And then, like I said, when it's all said and done, you guys can profess to save the world and just run around in a remote control circle with Joe as the leader as other people move away from you guys' dumb fuckery. And then, the Navy can contain some areas, and then they can ship out and not have to deal with team bitted fag anymore. And then they can go do something fun. Same with the police officers and firefighters, because that's what you guys want to be, is dogs on a leash anyway. With your all-American, the Oyster Cracker Man attached to your guys' little fag boxes, even though you guys know you're wrong and liars and make people sick. And then they can just monitor how stupid you all are until you die. And, you got your ideal of forced way in there, Red Randy and all them, and you can go, oh, I solved it, but really you didn't. And they get to prove how big of an idiot you are. And like I said, just like the 61 amphibious base man sitting there lying in the city built around his stink lies, and they're also built up around your stink lies, Red Randy, and then GPS Knight, and Harry, Joe, Ellery, Perlita, Dave, and then just the list keeps going on, and that's what it'll be. You guys is a tub of shit, and that's why it stinks, Perlita, just because your leaders are stink.